గత దశాబ్ద కాలంగా భారత్ సాధించిన విజయాలు ప్రపంచ ప్రమాణాలకు ధీటుగా ఉన్నాయని విదేశీ వ్యవహారాల శాఖ మంత్రి జైశంకర్ అన్నారు. 8వ ఇండియా ఐడియాస్ కాన్క్లేవ్ ను ఉద్దేశించి వర్చువల్ గా ప్రసంగించిన ఆయన ఈ దశాబ్దంలో చాలా మార్పులు జరిగి భారత్ తో వ్యాపారం చేయడం ప్రపంచ దేశాలకు సులభతరమైందన్నారు. మేక్ ఇన్ ఇండియా అనే ఒకప్పటి ఆకాంక్ష నేడు వాస్తవంగా ఆచరణలోకి వచ్చిందని చెప్పారు. భారతదేశం టెక్నాలజీని స్వీకరించి అమలు చేసిన విధానం అత్యంత ప్రభావంగా ఉందని పేర్కొన్నారు. మన దేశంలో సామాజిక ఆర్థిక పథకాలను డిజిటల్ లావాదేవీలను ప్రపంచ దేశాలు గొప్పగా చూస్తున్నాయని కేంద్ర మంత్రి వ్యాఖ్యానించారు.
Namaskar to all of you. Manya Ram Madhav ji, dear friends, it is a great pleasure to join you at the Ideas Conclave, even if I'm doing so virtually, and to share with you my ideas, my thoughts about building brand Bharat. Nations, like people, enterprises or services, have a reputation. When deeply entrenched into consciousness and easily recognizable, that becomes a brand. Obviously, it is related to the merits of the product and its track record, but there is a marketing endeavor in play as well, which could have an aspirational aspect to it. Brands are also about the future, one that can be credibly extrapolated from the present and from the past. When it comes to a country, the national brand is obviously a fusion and an aggregation of different facets of its life and activities. On the global stage, it is much more an integrated positioning of multiple endeavors, and we in the world of diplomacy have that responsibility. My thoughts today are about how we discharge that for an India that is more Bharat. Friends, our initial decades after independence saw us struggling with the brand challenge. Given the ground situation, this was not unsurprising. A society recovering from 2 centuries of colonialism obviously had to painstakingly build itself up, creating new capabilities, institutions, and practices. We chose to do that as a democracy, bucking in many ways what was then a global trend, and move forward in a polarized world that brought to bear on us its own geopolitical pressures. Understandably, this was a process of trial and error. We can have a debate about the wisdom of choices that were made in these decades, but at the end of the day, we entered the next century intact as a polity, energetic as an economy, and optimistic as a society. None of that could have been taken for granted, because do remember, some in fact failed to make it. Put together, they also created what was then our brand of that era. The world was clearly seeing new possibilities and competencies in us. Indians, for example, started acquiring the image of being techies. Various challenges also led to the realization that on crucial issues, be it trade, nuclear, or territorial, India would stand its ground and stand it firmly.